So if you know you're suffering from a nice person syndrome, Caribbean, come here, come here. If you feel like you're a nice person, people have been taking advantage of you, people don't take you seriously, people play with your feelings and emotions, and most of all, people take you for granted. One thing I came to notice, the human condition is quite something. Many of us, or many people, or us humans, we never appreciate something that is just given to us freely compared to things that we have to work for. You had to sweat, you had to use your energy, you had to use your time, you had to use your investment to acquire this thing or this item or this perception of this future, or whatever it is you want, right? If it comes to you easy, there's a high chance, a very high possibility that you'll always end up taking it for granted, neglecting it, and you won't treasure it as much as something that you've really worked hard for. You've woken up so early, you've done the deed, you've done everything you can possibly ever do to attain this thing, and then now finally you have it. Once you do, you're going to treasure it compared to what you've just been given. Hi, family. Thank you so much for clicking. I am your host, Diversified Wangari, and this is the Peace of Mind podcast. So, in today's episode, we're going to be looking at why niceness is a scam. Niceness is a scam because it benefits the people around you more than the person who's trying to portray the niceness. So, when you're being nice, who is it really benefiting? You or others? That is what we are going to look at right now, okay? So first of all, before we even get into it, I think we usually confuse the terminologies, confuse between niceness and kindness. Both of them might seem like they mean the same thing, but they don't. And this is because when you're kind, you care about other people, you care about their feelings, you care about others genuinely deep down from your heart. But when you're being nice, you're trying to show other people your goodness, you're trying to show others your kindness. So I feel like being nice is more it's an expression. It's not a character, it's an expression. Okay? Personally, I've been having this problem of being a nice person, and it's not like it started recently. It's something that I've really struggled with ever since I was young. And it's because growing up, even as girls worldwide, all over, we're usually told to quiet ourselves, don't be too loud, you know, always be polite and listen to what others have to say. Don't be so confrontational, don't be loud, don't be. It's weird because who is this person saying that we should not be loud?
Karibu sana kujirestrain. I will try kujirestrain.
Being nice is just a scam. I feel like in a benefit everyone else except the person who's showing the kindness and the niceness. So many of the reasons why most of us, me including myself, why I felt like I have to be nice. When people describe me, they'll be like, "Oh my God, who, Gail? Oh, she's so nice." Like, but then it feels good when people are talking about it and they're like, "Oh yeah, she's a nice person." Yeah, it feels good when people say you're a nice person, but that's as far as it goes. Because these same people who are like, "Oh my God, she's such a nice person, she's so sweet," will take you for granted. Sorry, they'll take you for granted. They'll play with your feelings. They'll play in your face because they know, even if I do this, Gail can't say I'm a Gail can't. She's too quiet. She's too chill. She's too nice. So I might as well do whatever I want, and knowing that there won't be any consequences because definitely Gail is afraid of confrontations. And now I'm making this video to tell you: do not be nice for nobody. Strive to be kind. Strive to add kindness into your character, but the whole concept of niceness is a scam. Okay, girl? It's a scam. There are many reasons why many of us, including myself, why we really like to be nice people. We like to be nice so that we are liked, so that we are not rejected, so that we can fit in. Some of us are nice because of trauma. Some of us are nice because we don't wanna have any confrontations with anyone. So we just tend to be nice, be quiet, make ourselves small and just hope that everything goes as it should be without us having to be the reason why we disrupt it in any way. Do you hear how absurd that is? It's like you're trying to negate your existence. There's no way you can be a human being and not be heard or seen or experienced, because that's the whole point of being alive. So this whole point of niceness. So I want us to look at what being nice would do to us, or would do to you, or would do to me first, before we even just look at other people or whatever. Before we even just look at other circumstances and everything, let's just see first what being a nice person, or what the term niceness does to us, the ones who are giving it, right? Being nice, it limits your accomplishments. Okay, not accomplishments, but it limits your goals. It limits the things that you'd want to do for yourself, all because you're afraid of asking. You're afraid of stepping on some toes. You're afraid of getting your hands a little bit dirty. These are just some of the things that would make you take some time and be like, you know what, before I get to my goal, let me. Anyway, so it limits you, because you're afraid to ask. If you're under mentorship, you're afraid to ask like the difficult questions, or even the easy questions, or the questions that you think are dumb, because you're afraid of worrying. You're afraid of questioning because maybe you're going against the tide, and that's a whole different ball game. You're like, oh my god, I don't want to go against everyone. I don't want to seem that like I'm the enemy or anything. That's the other thing. So the second thing it does to you as the giver of the niceness, mbona sioni kitu positive? Why am I not seeing anything positive? Because I feel like everything that we're doing or we're saying is somehow going to benefit the next person, and not the person who's actually giving it.
Nimenona kwa sababu ya stress. Mimi ni kukula stress na ninakunywa stress.
Because it limits you to doing or attaining or getting whatever goals or whatever things you've always wanted to get for yourself. Kitu ingine yenye inafanya hii ikuwe limiting, limits you and limits your goals and limits your perception and your thoughts and your everything. It ends up fucking up with your self-esteem. It's going to fuck up with your self-esteem, because your word doesn't mean anything anymore. That's scary. Your word doesn't mean anything anymore, because you're not even worried about what you think, what you want. And because you're not, and you're worried about other people, you get to put other people's priorities or other people's goals first before you get to set yours. And in a sense, this fucks up with your self-esteem, because your mind will be telling you, don't worry, you got this. Like, you deserve to get this. You're capable of getting this. You're smart enough. You're talented enough. Like, you're well learned. You're conversant. You're able to get it. But because you were so scared and oh my god, I don't know what they're gonna think of me, you'll choose not to. You'll choose to take the long way around. Uta choose to struggle. Uta choose, you'd rather do the other option compared to you breaking that niceness trajectory. So you'd rather do anything else than break that. And I feel like that's going to affect and also how you perceive yourself, how you carry yourself around people, because now it's like you're not your own self. You are who you are based on who you're surrounded with. And I don't think that's fun. That's actually quite exhausting, but that's a whole other video. But yes, it affects your self-esteem. It affects how you perceive yourself. It affects how you carry yourself. It affects everything. In a sense, you've put other people's thoughts, you've put how other people see you first, before you even put yourself first, before you put your thoughts first, before you do anything. Other people, so already you're second to whatever it is you've chosen. Ukoju, you're falling second, and already your esteem is like, nah, bruh, me, I'm done. I'm out. Honijali, like your subconscious, isha tap out. Miss do handle this because what am I here for? What am I doing this for? Because clearly Kenya nataka ni second option. So that's how you start fucking up with your self-esteem. So this trickles down, okay? It trickles down to you having a poor relationship with yourself. You can't perceive yourself, you can't carry yourself in the mentality that you know yourself to be. You start treating yourself like shit. You start doing things like self-sabotaging. You start doubting yourself. You start, second guessing yourself, all because you are the one who chose not to put yourself first. That led to you feeling inferior. That has now led to you, because you're feeling inferior, now you're thinking you don't deserve nothing. People are just, they're right. They're right about what they say, if it's good or bad. Like, you start giving up on yourself. You start getting depressed. You start being anxious. You start having all these vibes that you wouldn't have if you're really focusing on yourself, and if you're really prioritizing your feelings and your thoughts, and just getting to understand and be okay with the fact that if right now anything could have happened, if anything was to happen or is to happen, you have your back, you know what you want. Like, even when you're in a group setting, you know how to stand up for yourself, because that's where we try and avoid confrontation, because we're like, no, I'm with people, I can't just stop, like, since it's summer to speak my mind. You can. You can speak your mind. You can share your thoughts. You can. You are the pilot of your own self. And you are the one who gets to determine how other people treat you. But they treat you based on how you treat yourself. So if you treat yourself good, they'll treat you good. If you treat yourself bad, I think we all know how that goes. And because you're trying to also be so nice, you don't share what you're thinking, you don't share or express your emotions. So, like, there might be maybe an uncomfortable situation, something happened. A very random example: you're at the restaurant, you're with someone, you're on a date, whatever, with your friend, family, whatever, I don't give a fuck. But you're at the restaurant, you've ordered for something, imeletwa, it's not what you'd eat, it's not what you ordered, but you can eat it. You can. But see, it's not what you wanted. And vile umeleta what it's not what you wanted, because you're so nice and you're so polite, uta opt to go like, oh, you know what? This meal isn't so bad, right? And it's something I would eat. It's not something I wanted, but because it has been brought, I might as well. No, you might not. Okay? You might not. No.
Na tusitishwe sisi, tusitishwe.
It's in such moments that you actually have to stand up for yourself. And because I'm so nice, I can't say nothing. Na mimi ndo nitakula na nilipe na pesa yangu. Ama basi mwenye analipa alipe na pesa yake. Because of me, no. 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 That's why we draw the line. You have to stand up for yourself, no matter how awkward it is, no matter how uncomfortable it is, ama how mean or bad or weird or awkward as it would make you feel. I'm doing all this air quotes because it's not weird, it's not awkward, it's not abnormal. It happens. Shit happens. Maybe you should just confuse your order, ma. Something happened in the kitchen. You're the one who's getting to enjoy it. So it's like, you might as well say something. So you're not saying anything, just know, you dropped the ball, my friend. My friend, the ball is dropped. It has gone. It's rolling away. It's downstairs. It's on its way to town. So you might as well just say, no, this is not my order. Okay, cool, thanks. So the other thing that niceness does to you, as the producer, the producer himself, magic senga kwenye beat. Since you're the producer, it also denies people to experience you. Like, it denies your authenticity to come out. You see, when you're kind, you'll be nice. Like, yes, you'll be kind. Like, you're doing it, it's a character. You're doing it from the bottom of your heart. You're doing it because that's who you are, because you genuinely care about the other person, and you're not trying to please them or make them feel comfortable. Like, you genuinely care, so you're just doing something that's contributing to them. I'm like in our idea in a way. But now, if you're always nice and trying to be nice and palatable and pleasant to everyone, you don't really get to see who is this person, who is this guy, who is this guy passing in front of my interview, who is it? It makes you seem a bit volatile. And I'll say volatile because no one would know what to expect from you if you're pissed, if you're happy, I mean, if if you're uncomfortable, if you're in a disagreement. Like, no one knows what to expect. Hakuna mtu anajua expect nini. And already that is enough to push people away. It's enough for them to just be like, Wangari, no, Tism Caribbean, Wangari, It's very much enough for people to just, lift their hands and be like, as we're done, me, stack a story, no day, mama, whatever. Just because they can't tell who you are, they can't experience you who you are, they don't know, So, like, don't hide those raw emotions. Don't hide those emotions. Don't hide even your thoughts. Like, yes, you can filter them. You can filter your thoughts and your emotions based on the surrounding or the circumstance or the situation or the whatever, the setting, right? But that doesn't mean that you mute it all the way down. No argument, no nothing. No. Have a voice. Be bold with your emotions. Usioverdue. Don't overdo it. Even when you're pissed, it's quite like just because you're pissed, like, angry people shout. So because you're angry, you want to prove to us you're angry, you start shouting. No. That's that's not what you mean. And it's not that every angry person shouts. There's some who just go inward and they keep quiet and they give you the silent treatment until you start questioning your existence. But that's toxic. But anyway, my point is, you don't have to suppress your emotions and your thoughts just to make other people comfortable. And if you're uncomfortable, you have the right and you are very much allowed to air that out. But how you air it out or how you express it is what really matters. Even though Kenya tutakuwa like, this is someone mwenye this is someone who's thinking, this is someone who really understands the situation. Like, just be yourself. You don't have to go above and beyond and over and under and just be yourself. And I promise you'll pull the right people towards you. What niceness does to the people around you. And of course, it's like beneficial to them because they'll experience the good parts, they'll be so happy, they won't be mad at you, they'll have the best everything. But before that, let's really look at the impact it has to the people that you're super, super close with. Back to my point that we had already established. People don't like things that come to them easy. First of all, people like love, treasure, free things. Kupata free things, yes, thank you. But kuitunza, kuimaintain, kuijali, kuipenda vile ungeipenda, if you were to work for it or to, to toil or to use your energy, your time, your sweat, I don't want to say blood, but yes. When you're real to yourself and you take people as they are and you perceive and experience reality as is, like as it is, then I don't think you won't have a fear of like how you show up for others, because you'll show up based on your capacity, based on your capability, based on where you're at, not where you should be, what you should be doing, how they expect you, like where you came from, where you're observing from. It's not all about that. It's about paliwe uko. Wewe unaweza kufanya nini? Like, utashow up aje? Like, wewe capacity yako itafika aje? You see, my presence and my contribution is not going to be determined by what's happening around me, but because of what I have and my capabilities and where I am at. Okay, life happens, right? Life happens. People are in different places, different times, experiencing different experiences, like in different capacities, in different countries, different people. Like, you see, there's so much complexity in all this. Don't go into people's lives, or don't get involved with someone trying to fulfill their expectations. Am I trying to make them happy because it's about them? No, actually, a relationship is made of two. Two are needed to tango. So there's no way you can be in a relationship with yourself. Yes, you can, and that's why it's called self-love. But for it to be a relationship with someone else, you'll need another person who's not you, who doesn't think like you, doesn't want the same things as you, doesn't live the same life as you, doesn't perceive life the same way you do, doesn't have the same values as you do. You might have, yes, similar values, might have like similar characteristics, and that's what makes you guys click and get close together. But it does not define your whole being and determine how you should like be there for them. What it does to others around you, you're taken less seriously, because you're not even making the the people in your life to even try and strive for your time, for your knowledge, for your inputs, because you're just giving it out freely. It's like, no, of course it's like no strings attached and everything, but I feel like being a nice person, there's definitely strings attached, because you're doing this, you're giving out this niceness, you're giving out this sweetness, you're you're doing all this in hope of them doing the same thing without even having a conversation. Like, you're hoping that they see the niceness, and because of the niceness, then it should somehow give them the strength and the oomph and even the motivation behind why they are showing up for you, why they're doing what they need to be doing for you. And that's weird. That's weird, because first of all, we already established people are different. So you can't be in a relationship expecting someone else to show up for you, sorry, the way you'd expect them, but instead of how they're capable, and based on what they have or what they can, or how they see things, it's based on them. It's not based on you. It's never about you. As much as, yes, everything's about you, it's not. It's also about everyone else. Yeah, that's the unfortunate truth that no one wants to hear. But it's never about you. It's also about everyone else. It's about all of us. Okay, it's not just about this person, or that. It's about all of us. Another unfortunate thing that being nice does to your close people, to your relationships, or even when you're starting these relationships, is that you might come off a bit superficial. Sorry.
Kuniongelesha hivyo juu utakula kofi na kama tunaendelea. Unajua nini mmeniita? Na mtafanya kitu hapa uchanga.
You might come off a bit superficial, and this is because, just as we said, you're not able to show up fully as yourself because you're scared. Oh my god, what are they going to think? How are they going to see me? Blah blah blah. Mpaka saa ngapi unatokea moto? Okay, are you showing up or not? We've had this so many people say this, oh, first impression matters, first impression matters. Even on TikTok or whenever you see like funny videos, people will be like, oh my god, this is my first impression of you. And true, when someone has already created their first impression of you in their head, there's only so much you can do to try and change it or redefine it, or change it. And so, since it is, and the first time, let's say you met a group of people, even one person, whoever, you've met them and you're showing them you're so nice, you guys have been hanging out for a couple of months, hata ukijam kwa like, si serious hivyo, alafu unaenda home unalia. The impression of you is going to be so superficial that they'd be like, okay, they're just going to hide themselves, because they feel like that rawness, that true perception of who they are, ama their experience, it affects venye unaona, ama venye unafikiria, ama vile una show up in their life. Because at the end of the day, you being you also has to add value, right, to the people that you're in a relationship with. If you came across, or you met these people na ilikuwa ilikuwa tu like, oh my god, we're always having a good time, nini nini, watu wakifight mko tu hata si serious hivyo, alafu ukienda home unalia ama like unachachisha. And this is the point I was telling you about, where you get to internalize your emotions. You close yourself off, like, I'm not going to tell them the truth about how I'm feeling. I'm not going to, say or do whatever, right? My friend, utalia vibaya. When you actually, now when it comes to a time you need the authenticity, you need that truth, tough love, they can give it to you because you've always been a bed of roses. You've always been so nice. No negative nothing. So even people won't know how to show up for you. They won't know how to show up for you. You won't even know how to show up for them. As much as, yes, you can act, but they will not appreciate it because they're just thinking it's an act. It's all an act. Because you're a nice person, it's all a freaking act. Finally, I want us to now focus on the oomph part of the episode, at ways you can just get rid of this niceness. Because Mimi, I'm tired of being nice. I'm tired of being told, oh my god, Gail, Ama Wangari is the nice one. Oh, she's the nice. No, I'm not nice. I'm a kind lady. I'm a kind lady. I'm not nice, but I'm kind. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to my words carefully, okay? How to get rid. See how to manage, how to get rid of the niceness. But then being a nice person utiaji. Being a nice person utiaji, because when you una feelings, when you una thoughts, when you unataka, we're not just going to have what I'm having. What are you having? We're done with the games. We're done. Like, who are you? What? Where? The first thing, kitu ya nambari moja. First of all, you should learn how to validate your own experience, okay? Once you learn how to validate your own experience, that includes your physical experience and your internal experience in terms of emotions, what your mind is thinking, like your thoughts, and now it exudes into the physical realm, right? But being able to validate your experiences. So kama umeenda mahali, ama you felt some type of way, ama someone said something, it made you uncomfortable, just a minute before I even progress. Have you ever wondered to yourself why some people, why whenever they go through something, whatever it is, it might be so minor or so major, whatever, right? The first thing they do is to pick up the phone and call the next person. I'm gonna call their friend, I'm gonna call their family, I'm gonna call someone and just tell them what happened. Have you ever asked yourself why that happens? Like mbona inakuanga hivyo? Isiyo direct translation ungedai. So you always ask yourself, like, why is it always like that? That for you to really truly believe and own your experience, someone else has to hear it. You're trying to validate your experience through other people by sharing your experiences. So learning how to validate your own experiences and emotions is quite key. You should trust that you're worthy and you're capable without having to please anyone. You need to trust your thoughts, you need to trust your actions. Just know whatever it is that you're doing, for whatever reason, at whatever time, whatever day, you need to trust yourself that you're doing it in accordance to what makes sense to you and to what gives you, inakupea psych. Kama ni based on your goals, kama ni based on your relationships, if the goal is to just be there for someone else, then do that, be there, but don't act like you're trying to be there. If that makes sense, because being nice is like you're trying to act like you're there. Yes, you are there, but are you really there? Because at the end of the day, yes, you're there, but you're thinking about, oh my god, I wonder what they're thinking about me being here, trying to be there for them. So it's like, are you there? You're not there. I'll go there. My third point, before you start worrying about what other people think, before what can I do? Where can I go? Why? You think about, what do I care about? What am I worried about? Is this what I want? Like, what do I want? Does this make me happy? Do I feel like going? Like, act from what you want first before you start now considering other people's opinions and feelings and thoughts and past and present and future and all these things combined. Like, put your thoughts first. Like, worry about what you need first before you even start showing up for everyone. Be like, okay, I want to show up for my friend, but am I niko na hiyo emotional capacity ya kufanya hivyo? Because hata si ulikuwa go through shit, ama like you are okay, ama you are in your own world, you are also going through something, ama you are actually focused on your own life, and then something else happened. But ask yourself, am I in a position to show up or not? And if you're not, don't be rude about it. Okay, don't be rude about it. Just be like, okay, I love you, or I'm sorry, or whatever. I'm here to support you, but this is the most I can do at this time. And there's so much respect that comes from that, and there's so much elegance, sexiness that comes from you just really speaking your mind and stating how you're like your capacity where it's at, instead of like trying to beat empty babies. Like, you see that thing men do.
You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
Yes, I'm sorry, I surrender. That thing where men do, and they're like, oh my god, I'm going to do this, I'm going to take you places, I promise, I'm gonna fanya moja, then we'll talk. Stop telling me what you're gonna do for me, just do it. Okay, do it. My whole life growing up, most of the connections I formed were also out of niceness, and now that I've become grown and I'm a bit more aware, I won't say a bit more, but I am aware, and I know what I want, and I know what suits me, and I know what I give a fuck and care about, then it has really made me like look back and start reflecting on the relationships that I have right now, and the relationships that I'd want to build. I want to see how I am showing up in their lives and how they're showing up for me. Because both ways they do matter. They matter. But I don't want my friendships or my relationships to be based on the vibe or how nice I am, but on them actually caring about me, or really truly caring about me. That's just it. That's the bare minimum. You don't have to actually give your life away for me, but you actually have to care. You have to care. You have to give a fuck to some extent, because otherwise, why are you in my life and you don't care about me? Talk up. Get the fuck out of here. And even like, let me just say, even like sexual relationships, most of them were like, oh my god, I'm trying to prove to this person, I'm trying to show them how much of a good girl I am. I'm a good woman, so I can do this, I can do this, I can do mpaka saa ngapi, until what time? And it's so funny. The ones you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna give everything, I'm gonna, I'm not gonna listen to the haters. I'm not going to listen to the haters, it's just me and my man and me, my man. Do you know how it ended up? Do you know? No, you don't want to know. Even after me being nice, after Ilitaji could give me everything, my time, my nini, it still didn't work out. They still didn't even appreciate me as much as I wanted to be appreciated. They didn't even see my value, because to them it was just like, sini normal, sana kwa hivi. So si brand new, na sio uko hapo umehema, umetoa machozi, umetoa sijui nini. My friend, be smarter. I'm making this video so that you can be smarter. Don't let the system play you. Do not be played by the system. No. I'm so sorry. Mtahave kuni forgive. There's some kids playing somewhere and they're just shouting, kids, whatever. But I'm done anyway. So my point is, always put yourself first. Don't be afraid to express what you want, what you need, just always be yourself. And the right people will stick. The right ones that are stick. When you are like, oh my god, you're asking for so much, you're doing this, oh my god, don't overdo, oh my god, don't. The right people won't feel like you're asking for a lot. The right person won't feel like you're doing too much. The right person actually atakuwa like, give me more of that. So you should not make yourself any less just to try and fit a random nugu from a random place just to make them happy and pushing yourself second.
Whose hands are we safe? In whose hands are we safe?
No. Tumekataa. Hayo maneno tumeyakataa. Whatever Racy said. My final points, my goodbye to this amazing video. Confrontation, Simbaya. Confrontations aren't that bad. They're not a sin, they're not illegal, but sometimes they're necessary. But it's good, you knowing how to handle them. It's not about what comes out of it, but how you react, how you share your energy, how you give into that confrontation. Like, you can be the bigger person, you can be the smallest. Whatever side you pick, just know it's the reaction that matters, not the action itself, because clearly the confrontation was out of your control. So what are you going to do? Are you going to surrender to it? Are you going to stand up for yourself? Are you going to be arrogant and downplay everyone else? You're the one who gets to make the choice. You're the one who gets to pick however you want to deal with that situation. Based on that and so much yapping, that's our video today for this week. I hope you enjoyed. What are some of the things that you've been doing that you assume are nice? Na sayo inakukula nguvu kweli kweli. Gym kando inakukula nguvu kweli kweli. I want you to share some of the things that you think are nice. Yeah, I said quote unquote nice because of course it costs you for you to give that thing. I want you to comment some of those nice things down below that you've been doing for yourselves, your people, or people around you, even at work or whatever, and how you're working to come off it, or how you're working to pull away from the niceness. We're done being nice. Tumeachana na maneno ya niceness. We are focusing on being good people, kind people. Niceness is for the movies, okay? So if you liked this video and you really enjoyed what we've been talking about, please feel free to subscribe, like, comment. Don't be shy to share the video as well. And so until the next time,